Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Subscription Boxes and More with Michelle. And if this is your first visit, well, I hope it won't be your last. So what is it that I'm here to share with you today? I'm sorry if I seem a little draggy and tired. It's because I am. First, I want to share with you my completed art sketchbook by the Cassie projects. I've got this finished, but I also have a health update for you. And I don't know which one I should lead off with. A lot of you have asked me through my email and such why it is I'm not posting very often. And that would be that, remember back in the beginning of the summer, late spring, early summer, that I was hospitalized and there was this big stage 4 cancer scare that turned out to be a fungus, and then they were treating that, and then they said, hey, looks good, it's fungus treatment is working, and then they said, okay, fungus is all gone. And I'm asking my oncologist, well then, it's infectious disease, saying that the fungus is gone. And I asked my oncologist, hey, before you toss me out, why is it if I'm better that I just feel worse? And she's like, well, maybe we should, repeat between her and the infectious disease, they're like, why don't we repeat the scans? Maybe we'll just do a PET scan. And I lit up like a Christmas tree. I have something clear all through my bones, all through my lymph nodes, everywhere. So they decide to, we're back at stage 4 cancer, and let's do a bone marrow biopsy. So I just had that done on the 26th. Merry Christmas. And on the 27th, they say, well, we've already got some findings back. We're waiting on a lot of other things, but it's not a cancer that's in your bone marrow. Well, that's kind of weird, because what is this growing all inside my skull and all through my bones? Okay. But now we need a lymph node biopsy, because, it still could be cancer in my lymph nodes. Let me tell you that whatever this is, it is absolutely kicking my butt. I'm very weak. I'm very tired. I feel worse than I ever have in my life. And that's when I'm supposed to be getting better. And on top of that, then now we got the respiratory yuck. And, it's very hard to fight off something when your body is constantly fighting. I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you what, I'm at my wit's end. In the end, if they tell me it's not a cancer, what else could make a person feel this bad? And what else could be all through your body? And if you know, give me a comment. But anyways, let's stop being doom and gloom. I'm still alive at the moment, and enough to have done some art. Maybe not well, but I did it. And I'm proud, because it's the first time I've ever completed any kind of project like this, any kind of sketchbook, any kind of... I've never even finished a coloring book, probably not even in my childhood, unless I was scribbling. So, I'm proud of myself that I got this done. And I hope you'll like it. It's not as neat and things as I would have liked as I was being sick, and I was trying to get finished. I was trying to speed up, and I was shaky, but it's done. Many of you have seen, the first third or so of this book. And so I'll try to go through the first part kind of quickly, and then we can talk about the other part. All right. So starts off with, you know, a page where you get to write in that it's a yearbook. And that's also where I found out that, hey, be careful. Things will go through your paper and ruin your artwork. And it's hard to tell. I had to start using like some other paper or whatever and glue it in, so it feels like you've got more than one page when you don't, because you do. Anyway, so this one was Draw the Season. So we were going into, you know, the holidays, the Christmas season, December 1st. So I did a wintry scene. And this said decorate the bauble, so I did the best I could at drawing the nativity and drew a tree branch with the bulb on it. Believe it or not, the little bulb and the big bulb look very much alike. Probably because I drew them both. Not very good. Alright. I keep thinking I'm like skipping pages because they're thick. Michelle's hot mocha recipe. It says illustrate a recipe. So this is very simple because all you do is make a cup of coffee and you add Swiss Miss hot chocolate. In my case, sugar-free because I'm diabetic. Splenda if you use the sugar-free. And you mix it up and it's nummy. It's mocha. And I used, on most of the pages in this book, I used some stickle glitter glue. And that's empty. That's why I'm holding it upside down. I'm trying to use every last little bit. And on some pages, I used glossy accents. One, I used glossy accents and then it cracked really bad. Because it can. My very unlikely Christmas gift list that says make a list. And I would like to report, I did get some of these items. It said the Care and Dash Neo Color 2 water-soluble watercolor chalks. A set of 30, I got those. The Stabilo Woodies, I did not get. It's the Little Things coloring book, I did get. It just happened to come on the 27th. So... And then down here is Mr. Ballin's, Mr. Ballin Presents The Strange, Dark, and Mysterious graphic novel. I did get that. Stickles, I did get. The Zig Winkestella, I did not. The Mod Podge, I did not. But I did get some chocolate candies. And I think some of it might even be dark chocolate. So I got more than I thought I would get from my list. And this is where we left off, and that was Art Through Music. And you'll have to go and watch that video. Actually, this is the lyrics to a song I wrote for my parents who have passed, and about it not being Christmas without them, and this being the first Christmas without my mom. And I actually played that song for you in that video. And so you can go back and watch it. It's probably the last video that was put up because I have been very unwell. So then there's an abstract patterns. It says add shapes to this page that overlap one another. And then in each section, add patterns. You can use swirls, snowflakes, dots, lines, etc. Well, I did a thing I like to do, which a lot of people like to do, and that is you just draw a random line all over the paper. And if you can see, there's a hidden message in there, so it's not all that random. And then I colored in parts of it, and I did designs in parts of it, but I wanted to, you know, I didn't want it to be so busy that it would not be enjoyable. If you didn't see the hidden message, it actually says hello across here. That it's one continuous line. Then it says color this page, and this is one that I've seen a lot of people that have gotten this book, they've done, because it's super, super cute. And that is to color this page with this penguin in the hot chocolate. Lots of people did it with colors, you know, other than penguin colors. I decided to do mine penguin colors, but I also did, every page I do both sides. So I did a cat Pacino, and then my sister bought me this ribbon just to put on this page. So I did. Hopefully you can see those all right. I'm probably holding this back a ways. I can probably zoom you in. I don't have the oomph to hold it up in the air. My car from Temu, I've gotten all kinds of cat-related items that maybe I've put this up. Maybe I've done this far in the video. I don't think I had. But anyways, in case, I can't draw a car, first of all, so I tried. But I have cat ears on the roof of my car, and a sticker and a license plate thing that says the Catmobile, and it says look out the window and draw what you see. That's all that to say, what I could see out of my window was my car. And so I tried to draw it with the cat ears and stuff, but I can't do it justice. I have a Jetta. It does not look like a Jetta. And that was the 8th day of December. And then it says use color. Fill this page with red and green objects and or characters. So I did it in red and green objects. So red and green Christmas lights, and a green Christmas branch, and a candy cane, and I'm sure you can see the things. I don't need to name them all. That is a Christmas tree cookie. So I really like how this turned out, and it took me ages. It says collect words. Practice your writing skills by filling this page with beautiful fonts and calligraphy. You could choose words inspired by Christmas. Remember, you can always use references to help you. Alright, I did use references, but I cannot do fancy lettering, really. I mean, what I did is what I can do. And it's my own fancy writing, I guess. But I think it turned out rather swell. Hopefully you can see all that. I'll probably zoom you in and you can look at it and, you know, pause it if you wanna. Anyways, I like it. And that was the 10th. And then we have Mindless Doodles. And I think it says let Christmas inspire you, then add shapes and patterns to fill the rest of the page. Try to not leave any empty spaces. Well, I drew like a table or counter, and to keep there from being any empty spaces, I did like the wood grain. And what I did was, like you're making Christmas cookies, and I think it turned out really nicely, considering I'm just not that great of an artist. And I think I did pretty good. I'm happy with it. So that was the 11th. On the 12th, there is color this page, and this is where I used the glossy accents to try to make the snow globe look more realistic, and it cracked a lot, and you can't see the picture as well. I wish I wouldn't have done it, but here you go. And it's got me shaking a snow globe. It says shake, shake, shake all over it, in case you didn't figure that out. And there's the snow globe and what I did to add to it. I added Christmas lights to the closest tree, and I added snow and tried to make it look like it was snowing. So it's got the glossy accents, but under that it also has the Stickles glitter glue, and it looked like more like a snow globe that had been shaken, but then it all cracked and makes it harder to see. Hopefully you can see it better than sometimes in the camera you can see something better than you can with the naked eye. Believe it or not, that's true. Then other times I think you can see it and it's a blurry mess. So anyways, on the 12th it says, put something in this jar. What would you put in this jar? Something sweet and delicious. You could make it into a terrarium, a fairyland, or even turn it upside down and make it into a snow globe. And so I made a hot cocoa recipe, like, you know how, well, I don't need to explain. You can see. Like you make the jar of hot cocoa and you give it as a gift. And this is a real recipe that I found online, so if you want to grab it. And then there is, on the 13th, what is your favorite snack? Create an illustration of your favorite Christmas snacks. And I took that to heart because it said snacks as in plural. So I drew more than one. A tradition in my family with my mom and I, and we would eat cheese and crackers when we were wrapping gifts and listen to Christmas music. So cheese and crackers or a charcuterie tray or whatever was always a big favorite. And then Chex Mix. I love Chex Mix. It's one of my favorite things. And pumpkin pie, and of course my mocha coffee. So hopefully you can see and appreciate those things. Again, I'm not that great at drawing, so hopefully you can make out what they're supposed to be. And I used, like, I put the stickles on the fork, so the fork is very glittery. I don't know if you'd want to eat off a glitter fork, but I was trying, at that time I was still trying, like I also used it on the knife to show that it's silver. I was trying to still use the stickles on every page, but as I was running out and trying to hurry, I didn't have time for the pages to dry in between as much, and I didn't have the energy to sit here. So, this page. Make bookmarks. Paint or draw a picture across the page, then cut out the rectangles and gift these bookmarks to friends or family. Well, I have watercolor bookmark paper, you know, paper bookmarks. And so I used them to paint on instead of doing it directly on the paper because I wanted to do watercolor. And you could add these cute tassels to them, but now they're a permanent part of the book. But it's neat to have the book when it's closed, it's got these tassels. If I can get them all to hang out. Hang out! See? Anyway. So here are my bookmarks. But I also made a book, because if you have a bookmark, you need a book. So I don't know if you can see, but it is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and it's hanging on a tree. Because when I was a kid, we had a little book, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. It was like a little golden book, but it was a ornament as well, and it had the whole story. Well, I don't know what happened to it. It was on my tree as a kid, and then on my kids' tree when they were a kid, but it has since gone missing. I have a suspicion that my daughter probably took it for her dolls. But anyways, it has the complete story, and much of it is illustrated because I have to be extra, you know. I can turn the page. Come here. There's where he tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. And he sees Santa's sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. That's why it has 1 reindeer and it says times 8, because it's kind of hard to draw. But I draw more. And it's Saint Nick. And Saint Nick says whistle, because he's whistling to his team, you know. And here we go. You can see some of the, if you can see it, there's some of the reindeer. But then there's his bag of toys. And then, because I was running out of paper and not running out of words, the last is just text. And I realized when I was reading through it that I missed an entire sentence, and I had to redo this whole page and put a piece of sticker paper, you know, I wrote it on it and stuck it over it. So because I could not live with it being like that. I thought, I'll just leave it alone. Nobody will notice. Nobody's going to look at it. Nobody's going to read it. And then I couldn't deal with it. I had to fix it. So anyways, here is a moth inspired by Mira Byler, one of my favorite YouTubers. She does some things with moths. Then obviously there is a Rudolph, and then just a tree out in the, you know, snow, and my cat Bugatti. Out of 9, you know, I couldn't draw all 9. I can sort of draw something that kind of looks like Boo from the back. I can't draw him from the front. Can't draw any of them from the front. I'm not good at it. Then there is a still life, and I have to apologize. I messed this up. But I tried. What I messed up, particularly, is this color cube. It is definitely at a wonky angle, and I mean, like, there should be some that you would see at that angle that you're not seeing. The way I'm looking down on it, I can see the whole top and the whole front. I can't see either side. But then this is not, I don't know. I just couldn't get it right. It looks terrible. I hate it. I would burn it, but it's part of the book, and so. And a Christmas tree, and my thing that holds some paintbrushes, and an old vintage Christmas card that you can see part of. I was trying to, you know, anyway. Maybe if I just took a piece of and just covered up most of that. Anyways, I don't even want to talk about it. It's horrible. All right, on the 17th, color the circles. Add color and or patterns to these circles. Draw on them, inside of them, or outside of them. Use as much color as you can. You could turn them into baubles, Christmas baubles, or even flowers. Have fun and do something different. I can't see very well, so the text is hard for me to read, and I'm trying to do it from memory. Well, I decided to turn them into Christmas baubles, and vintage Christmas baubles at that. We used to have these Christmas ornaments that had, like, cut out in the center, and there'd be a scene inside, like there were these diamond-shaped ones that you could see into, or this round one right here that had a scene inside of it, or these that didn't really have a hole, but they, like, they had a hole, but you know what I mean? Not like it was like molded into it, like kind of a bowl or something. But didn't go all the way. I don't know how to explain it, but it had like different shapes and colors, and maybe you know, maybe you had them when you were younger. These triangle ones my brother made out of paper, and they were 3D like pyramids that he made like origami. And he also made my mom these beautiful Christmas bulbs that he took straight pens and sequins. I don't know if you can tell that's what that's supposed to be. And he made really intricate ones, but I couldn't draw that, so I drew a simple one. Then there were like peg people, and there was a little girl one that I always thought, you know, was supposed to be me. I don't remember what she was dressed in. I think she was dressed in red, but I wanted to have more of the pink because I love pink. And then there were all the ones that had glitter and intricate like designs that you had to be careful not to handle too much or the glitter would come off. And, you know, these weird shaped ones that were just one color, but like, I don't know, when you turned them, they look kind of iridescent. I don't know if you can see the, I don't know. Anyway. That's the, oh, and this Santa Claus, I should have not tried to draw over, I should have just drawn a circle and done the Santa Claus, but I tried to cover with whiteout tape, whatever you call it, the line, and then it wouldn't color properly over it, so anyway. Create a cozy blanket. Hey, this one doesn't have the date on it. Hang on. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? This is the 18th, I guess. 12, 18, 24, and my initials. Hopefully I didn't miscount. And no, I just somehow didn't, or maybe it is on there. It's in the picture itself. Anyway, create a cozy blanket. And I could read to you all about it, but I decided to draw a quilt, like, you know those quilts that are made solely out of scraps of material. It doesn't have to match. It doesn't have to have fancy squares. It doesn't have to, they just, I always wanted one of those. And I never had one. But, so that's why, that's what I drew as a cozy blanket, is a mixed matched mess of quilt squares that don't have to go together. Not even the season goes together. If you look around, there's different seasons represented. It's just using the scraps you have to make a blanket, rather than to throw them away or whatever, you know? I always wanted one, but my mom didn't like to quilt, so I never had one. She sewed most of my clothes and everything, but I never had an actual, I had quilts, but not an actual quilt that was made of squares and, you know, like I wanted. So, then there is finish this drawing. Add to this illustration, make it more festive if you would like, and even add color. And for whatever reason, I didn't go festive with this one. Mom, you know, I kind of did when you think it's a shelf hanging on the wall and there's a gnome, and I did the gnome in Christmas colors. But for the most part, I just drew things on the shelf, including this very wonky looking stuffed cat, which I kind of have, if you can see it or not. You can't. It's falling down right there. I don't think you can see it. It kind of looks like this, only you can't see the face, I don't think, but it's there, I promise. And these are supposed to be the Harry Potter books. Don't ask. I just couldn't, like, illustrate the spines, so I did them in this like warm color palette. But it is Christmassy. If you see, there is, you know, the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas kind of brought back in, and there is Santa and his reindeer landing on a roof. And then there is A Christmas Carol and 'Twas the Night Before Christmas are the two books at the top. So I guess I did Christmasify it, but it's just hard to see. And then a red candle, the stuffed cat. And then there is the Create This Book 1, 2, and 3. Because, you know, because. And laying down is Wreck This Journal. And then on the bottom shelf is the plant. And I made a cup of art supplies. And then there is a chest. And what is that? It says My Journal and another plant. So, anyhow, that's what I chose to do. And then the next, that was the 19th. And then, oh my gosh, I promise this is not AI, just because the hand looks incredibly bad, does not make it AI. AI would have done a better job. It says decorate the cake. Add frosting to this cupcake. Give it sprinkles, flavor, colors. I didn't add sprinkles. I added lots of frosting and some flowers. And that's supposed to be me with a decorating bag, but with, you know, icing coming out of it. But that hand though, I mean, what direction is that even turned? I couldn't get it right. I erased it several times, and I just said, you know what? I'm sick. I'm tired. This monster claw is going to have to represent a hand. I have no idea, guys. I have no idea. It should be burned with that still life page with this color cube. By the way, that's the color cube. Lots of people have it. Lots of people that have it could draw it and make it look right. Alright, so anyways, there's that. The cupcake's alright though. I mean, it's not great, but it's okay. Then it is that page where you roll the dice. Let the dice decide. Color. It's a 6-sided die, okay? I didn't have a die. I had to do a random generator. And number 1 would be red and green. Number 2 would be cool colors. 3 shades of green. 4 dark colors. 5 pastel colors. 6 warm colors. I got 2, which was cool colors. And then style, you got creepy, cute, abstract, impressionistic, realistic, or Christmassy. I got Christmassy, which I was glad that I didn't get like abstract or impressionistic or realistic. I mean, creepy, cute, or Christmassy I could have gone with. And so I got Christmassy. And then character or object. I don't know what I was hoping to get. There's food, animal, person, monster, drink, or robot. I think I was kind of hoping for drink, although I'd already done the cat Pacino. Animal, but I got monster. So, and you know my mind and it goes to weird places when I get things like that. So, excuse me. So I drew 2 because I do both sides. And so there's one of my mom's funky people, but done in a more like alien, like monster, like, well, they're already monsters. So, but anyway, but they had to be cool colors, right? I did get cool colors, didn't I? Yeah, cool colors. And then his girlfriend, I guess, is some kind of fuzzball. Maybe it's an alien dust bunny. I don't know. But there you go. And I think they're Christmassy because she has on a bit of holly and he's got on a top hat and a sign that says Merry Christmas because funky people hold signs, generally speaking. And because my mom made them up when I was a kid. And she gave him signs. And he's got holly on his hat. Now, the only place I used a color that wasn't a cool color was in the holly. And I thought it would not be as recognizable if it didn't have red holly berries. So, there's that page. That was the 21st. The 22nd is design a Christmas jumper. And, you know, I have a sweater like this, but it only holds 8 cats. And so I had to have 9, so I redid it. And mine is primarily dark blue. I changed it because it would be hard to see the characters. And it'd be better if I would have done it dark blue and colored over the characters, because my cat faces are pew. But you know what? My sweater says Cat Mom. It has all my cats. And across the bottom that has their names. I put their names underneath of them. And as if, you know, you made it, I put the yarn and crochet hook. I think you would have knitted it. It's not crocheted it, but I don't know how to knit. So I didn't think of that until after I did it. I was like, you know, probably that should have been knitting needles. But on my sweater, it has, each one of the cats has a different Christmas themed, like, hat or antlers or Christmas lights wrapped around them. And I did that here, or a scarf or whatever. So hopefully you can see it. Well, maybe I'd rather you didn't be able to see it, but there it is anyways. It's embarrassing. It's ugly. All right, a bundle of gifts on the 23rd. And so that's what I did. Something looks very odd about Rudolph. Let's fix him. Let's give him some little eyebrows. Maybe that would help. No, that still looks stupid. All right. Regardless, here's a bunch of gifts. Then we have Bring Life on the 24th. It says, bring life to an object by giving it an expression. For example, choose a household item or a food or a vehicle and humanize it with facial features. I think I did all right with this. I really kind of feel proud of it. Although, somehow, it looks like it's got a third eye. Because when I did the next page, apparently it did one of those things where you, like, you know, rub and, like, draw something and then turn it over and rub on it and it transfers. Anyway, you'll see in a minute. Well, maybe you won't because I kind of erased it. Alright. You would never guess, and it's not a cat. Well, there's a cat involved, but coffee and donut. The cat donut. See, it's not a cappuccino this time. Each one of these images, this is like a combination of like 3 different images that I got off of the internet. I tried to change them up just a little bit to make them more mine. But I am not as creative, like, I don't have as much of an imagination when it comes to being able to just pull something out of my thoughts, you know, oh, something, add eyes to it. Well, what would that look like? I can look at something and I can draw it better than if I try to make it up and draw it myself, which you saw with the cat sweater. It just doesn't come out that well. Wow, that's crooked. But anyways, I'm pretty proud of this. I think it turned out all right. And then on this last page, it says, watch your goal. And I had thought that it sounded like this should have been done on, you know, today, on the 1st, because it says, what would you like more of this year, meaning, to me, 2025. Do you want to keep making art? Draw a paintbrush and some pencils. Do you want to spend more time with loved ones? Write their names in a beautiful font. Do you want to improve a skill? Try to illustrate it. So I said make more art and write more songs. So that's what I did. And when I was doing this, then on this page, really, on this page, the eye from the cup went over to the eye, the bag of coffee, and it looked like there was another eye over here. And you can still see a little dark spot, but at least it doesn't look like a third eye now, I don't think. Or maybe it does to you. I can't tell. So, and then there is this last page. It says, Merry Christmas. I hope your day is filled with joy, love, and of course, creativity. Finish the sketchbook on a high and be inspired to keep drawing, painting, and creating. I hope you have learned how to love the process. If you look back on at this book, I am sure it will be filled with special moments and memories, and most importantly, make you proud of yourself. So I said, thank you, Cassie, because she told me Merry Christmas. And I said thank you and gave her a heart and, you know, love Michelle. See? Hopefully she sees it. And so that is my completed book. I mean, I could go and do the front and the back, you know, color in these things, but to be honest, I just don't have it in me. And I'm happy where it ended. There is this empty page spread here that I could do, and this here I could do if later on I decided that I needed to add to it. There's space to do so. And at the front, which, by the way, I had to keep my sticker from the Cassie projects from where I received this, and I stuck it on there. But see, there's places where I could add if I chose to do a little more art in it. And I might do that eventually down the line, but I'm happy that I did all the prompts. I did everything. I completed it. There's only 2 pages where I'm really dissatisfied with what I did, and that's just down to, you know, skill. I don't have it. I've never had any kind of, like, the most formal art training I ever had was in grade school, well, not grade school, middle school, what we call junior high. And in my first year of high school was, you know, art elective, and there was only one art teacher that was all that great, and I only had her for like 6 weeks, because when I came in, the year was, you know, the class was ending. And back then, you were lucky if our grading periods went in 6-week blocks, you know, and you might have a class only for 6 weeks. So you didn't learn a lot. And since I'm 55, it's been a couple days since I took those classes. And so anything I would have learned has since leaked out one ear or the other while I was sleeping. And yeah, and I was absolutely just devastated when my first art teacher, who had been my brother's art teacher, told me I had, you know, no talent, was never going to have any talent. She was disappointed that I was not going to ever be my brother, basically. My brother, who's an artist. Took any fun or anything right out of learning or trying to improve, and for many, many years I didn't try to do any artwork. So now I just do cartoony doodles mostly, and I have fun at it, and I just hope that somebody will have fun looking at them, or, you know, laugh at it. That's all right too, because I can't hear you, I can't see you. Go ahead, have a good laugh. Alright guys, so that's it for me for today, and sorry if there's long pauses in between videos. I'm really not up to it, and there's not going to be probably a whole lot of review videos, because I can't guarantee that they'll come out in a timely manner, because I can't guarantee I'm going to be well enough to get them up within the most companies want the item reviewed and the review up within 7 to 10 days of you receiving the item. Well, I can't guarantee I'm going to be well enough to do that from day to day, let alone, you know. So I got myself into some that I wasn't able to fulfill, and I deeply apologize to the companies for that, and I've stopped taking products to review because of that. And see, my brain isn't even firing on all cylinders. But maybe things will improve and I'll get back to it. But right now, I hope you watch art videos or Temu hauls, or whatever I feel up to doing when I feel up to doing it. Putting up songs that I write lyrics to. Doesn't seem like anybody's all that excited over those, but I just want to keep this channel going in case they figure this out, and in case somehow I start feeling better, that they find a treatment and I start feeling better and I can pick up where I had left off months ago. I don't want to totally fade into non-existence, so I'm trying to keep things going, and I'm trying to keep it going by something that keeps my spirits up a little bit. And art does that, even if I'm not that good at it. And songwriting does that, even if I'm not that good at it. So anyhow, hopefully you'll stop by and see what I'm up to, and just say hi. Or make comments. It's okay. Alright, I think I've drugged this out long enough, and I will end it here. So, thank you so much for watching and for listening to me babble. And I will see you again in a minute, or a long minute, in another video. Bye, guys.